Hi, and welcome to the creative part of my game audio project. Today, I'm really excited to share how I use the Star Wars method of recording with a 2600, quickly recording any sound with your computer, sound design, and adaptive music creation, so buckle up and let's get into this. First of all, what does the space sound like? As you know, there is no sound in space. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Just kidding, we still have to make the sound for the game. Let's imagine the spaceship sound would sound something like an airplane. So let's design the engine sound first. I'm going to open my Reaper project where I have 4 types of noise that are making up the sound of the thruster moving the spaceship forward. Changing their loudness and pitch will control the intensity later on the implementation part. And I've done the same thing with the side thrusters. All of those sounds were recorded and put in with a minimum amount of processing. It's really easy and fun when you have the right tools. For situations like this, I've designed SoundGrabber, the quick audio sampling app that helps you capture anything you hear through the speakers. It will be releasing soon, so just follow and stay tuned because you will have a chance to get it for free. For the rest of the sounds, I was using either my own recorded sounds or synthesized ones mixed with various library sounds. Besides Reaper, I also often use Ableton to synthesize any of the digital sounds on my own, like this sound that we hear when we are boosting. Unfortunately, I rarely save any of that stuff in the project. I usually just bounce it down and export it. And here are some more of the sounds from the Reaper project. Everyone knows the sound of the Star Wars. Sounds like the lightsabers, R2-D2 and alien voices. While our game does not feature any lightsaber action, for the other two, I might just have the right tool to use. This is an emulation of the synth that was used to produce those sounds in the movie. Let's make some noise with it. In our game, we will have an announcement speech that tells the player how to enable the music. Now, don't worry if you don't understand everything. To record that announcement, I'll be using my field recorder as a microphone connected to the preamp module of the synth, then going into the ring modulation where I will connect both our preamp microphone and an oscillator, while also controlling the output gain with an envelope follower generated from the microphone input. Now let's hear how that sounds.
Don't forget, if you ever want to listen to some...
Cool, now to process this recording, we will just add a few extra touches to make it sound a little more neat. Now we have a badass voice message recorded in the best traditions of the Star Wars. Let's hear what it sounds like in the game.
Greetings, Commander. Don't forget, you can always press the button M.
When you need music for the game, how do you pick the right approach? How can you tell a story and expand on the feel and the emotion of the entire project, and maybe make it not in a boring way? Here's how I did it for this project. The important starting points for me were, what do I want to achieve with this music, and what it should be like in order to do so. The most emphasized moment of the game is when we're going full speed through the asteroid cluster. So how can music make this moment feel even cooler? I chose a cool retro kick drum with a heavy 80s style snare and nostalgic spacey chords and melody. And all of that led me to the genre that fit the best, Synthwave. Or at least something similar. I think that's a really good match for a setting like this. Let's see how it sounds. To make the game's soundtrack, I first went on sampling all the sounds I thought would be the best and dopest for the aesthetics. And again, I was using SoundGrabber to capture all of them quickly. One amazing feature about it is that it deletes all the emptiness before the desired sample, so you get a perfect one-shot that you can use straight away. Once I got all the drum samples, I've started building the 2 intensity stages for our music. For the first one, we're using a straight kick pattern with a hi-hat. And for the second, we're adding more rhythm and a heavier drum kit. And I've made some simple saw wave chords, played the bass synth, and finally I played the melody. Here's what it sounded like. Next, I've assembled a few variations of the melody and the chords for them to be triggered in a random sequence later on. I also had to make sure that each variation sounds good with any other, so I had to keep this in mind when I was recording all of that. And then once I got them ready, I just exported my stems to my FMOD project. And for how I implemented that, you can check my previous YouTube video. Thank you for watching all the way to this point. I hope you enjoyed the video a lot. If you're interested in audio, sound, or music, make sure to follow because we will have some great stuff coming out soon. But as of now, I hope you enjoyed and I'll see you soon. Have a good one.